Welcome to my YouTube channel, and the topic I am going to discuss today is how the human insulin gene is inserted into bacterial DNA. Do subscribe it and press the notification icon so that you receive the notification whenever I upload a new video. How the human insulin gene is inserted into bacterial DNA? There are 5 different steps involved. First one, isolation of insulin gene from human chromosome. Number 2, isolation of plasmid from bacterium. Number 3, joining the bacterial plasmid and the DNA fragment containing the human insulin gene. Number 4, recombinant plasmid enters bacterium. Number 5, formation of transgenic bacterium. So these are the 5 different steps we are going to discuss in detail in the coming slides. Number 1, isolation of insulin gene from the human chromosome. First of all, we have to isolate the gene of interest, and the gene of interest here is the insulin gene. We obtain the segment of DNA in human chromosome that contains the insulin gene. Once we obtain that fragment of human chromosome, we cut the gene by using the enzyme known as the restriction enzymes. Now, what is the function of restriction enzyme? This enzyme cuts the restriction sites at the 2 ends of the gene to produce sticky ends. So here is a diagram that shows the insulin gene, yellow one, and restriction sites, blue in color, are shown on both sides of the gene. So fragment of DNA containing the human insulin gene. The whole fragment is the human DNA fragment and insulin gene is located here. What happened that sticky ends are produced? Sticky ends are produced with the help of enzyme known as the restriction enzyme. Restriction sites cut by the restriction enzyme. So here the restriction enzyme will act, the blue area. Once the enzyme acts, as a result of this, sticky ends produced. Now what is meant by sticky end? Each sticky end is a single strand sequence of DNA bases. These bases can pair with the complementary bases to form a double strand. So one side is left empty, it will form a bond with a complementary strand. Now moving towards the second step, isolation of plasmid from the bacterium. Now what is the plasmid? Plasmid I have already discussed in my previous lesson. Obtain a plasmid from bacterium. Cut the plasmid with the same restriction enzyme we have already used for the insulin gene. This produces the sticky ends complementary to the ends of the insulin gene. So here is a diagram of the plasmid. It is a circular DNA that is present in case of the bacterial cell. We have obtained it from a bacterium plasmid. Here is the restriction site, restriction blue one. The restriction site is cut open with the help of restriction enzyme that is used for the insulin gene. As a result of the restriction enzyme, sticky ends are produced in case of plasmid. Now moving towards the third step, that is joining the bacterial plasmid and the DNA fragment containing the human insulin gene. Once we have obtained the sticky ends for both the human insulin gene and the bacterial plasmid, we are going to join the 2 different DNAs. Mix the plasmid with the DNA fragment containing the human insulin gene. After mixing, the human insulin gene will bind to the plasmid by complementary base pairing between their sticky ends. Add the enzyme DNA ligase to seal the human insulin gene to the plasmid. So DNA ligase here act to seal or join the 2 different DNA. This plasmid that contain DNA from 2 different organisms is now known as the recombinant plasmid, combination of 2 different DNAs. Here is a diagram that explains what I have already discussed about joining the bacterial plasmid and the DNA fragment containing the human insulin gene. This is the sticky end that is for the human insulin gene. This is the plasmid that contains the sticky ends. Both sticky ends are produced with the same restriction enzymes. After the production of the sticky ends, we are going to mix both of the plasmid and the human insulin gene, and we are also going to add the DNA ligase. Now what happened that the human insulin gene inserted into the plasmid? Here you can see here the yellow one, the sticky ends of the human insulin gene, and this one green one is the bacterial plasmid. DNA ligase seals the two sticky ends. You can see here the DNA ligase. So as a result of this, the new plasmid that is generated or produced is known as the recombinant plasmid. It contains two different types of DNAs. After that, we are going to insert this plasmid, recombinant plasmid, into a bacteria that is known as E. coli. We are here, a bacterial cell is shown that is known as the E. coli, Escherichia coli. We are going to insert the recombinant plasmid into that bacterium. So this bacterium already contains its bacterial DNA. The fourth important step, recombinant plasmid enters the bacterium. Mix the recombinant plasmid with the Escherichia coli, E. coli bacterium. For this purpose, apply temporary heat or electric shock. Now, what is the purpose of this heat or electric shock? This opens up the pores in the cell surface membrane of the bacterium for the plasmid to enter, so that it can easily enter into the bacterial cell. Fifth step, formation of transgenic bacterium. This transgenic bacterium will use the new gene to make insulin. Transgenic bacterium is the bacterium that contains a recombinant plasmid. Such bacteria can be isolated and grown for mass production of insulin, human insulin. The insulin protein has to be extracted and purified before it can be used. So here is a diagram that shows a transgenic bacterium, and this is the recombinant DNA we inserted into the E. coli bacterium. This is the overall diagram that I have already discussed. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5. All of the steps I have already discussed one by one in detail. Now what is the lesson overview? Here is the human cell. For example, it contains the insulin gene. We have isolated the insulin gene and cut it with the help of restriction enzymes. Here is the bacteria that contains a plasmid. We also cut the plasmid with the help of restriction enzyme in order to obtain the sticky ends. Once we obtain the sticky ends, we are going to mix both of these, insulin gene and the plasmid, with the help of DNA ligase, and the recombinant plasmid is formed. Once the recombinant plasmid is formed, we are going to insert the recombinant plasmid into bacterium. In this case, we use the E. coli, Escherichia coli bacterium. And as a result of this bacteria is known as the transgenic bacteria because it contains recombinant plasmid. Transgenic bacteria, they grow in the culture and for the large scale production of the insulin, and the insulin is extracted and purified and used for the commercial purpose. So this is the lesson overview. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel Learn Biology with Sumaira Anwar, and also press the bell icon so that you receive the notification whenever I upload a new video. Like, share and comment. Thanks for watching.